Looking for a quick and easy ornament craft suitable for home decor? I'm Marcy McDonald with Pacific Northwest Suburban Homesteading. Today I'll show you 3 easy projects using clear glass or plastic ball ornaments, 1 for year-round and 2 winter-themed. If you're like me, you had plenty of great craft ideas for Christmas gifts and decor. Then the reality of December and the various holiday, and in our case birthday, commitments and activities left many or all of those crafts left undone or unfinished. This video was supposed to be released before Christmas. Instead, I offer crafts for year-round decor and for fun winter cheer. Let's start with the seascape ornament. We will need to use sand to give it a nice beachy look. I bought this online, but there are many options available in craft stores, etc. I like the sand, though you might prefer a finer or a whiter sand, because it reminds me a lot of our own Oregon beaches. I put a small salvaged cup to hold the glass ball inside of the plastic storage container I'm going to store the extra sand in to contain the mess as I inevitably spill sand. Carefully remove the hanger, especially if you use a glass ball. If you plan to do this craft with children, definitely use plastic balls. I had one break even in its protective packaging. Then there was this little gravity test gone wrong. I'm using glass ornaments because I already had them. Place a funnel into the mouth of the ornament. If you don't have one, a piece of paper can work just fine. Pour in a small amount of sand. It doesn't take that much. I put too much in, but that's easy to correct. Tapping gently helps to settle and level out the sand. Next, we select a few shells. So these are obviously too big. So let's pick up, a tiny little sand dollar. Few candidates, and we'll see what we want to do. I also have a bag of rocks, so I might pick a couple of rocks to throw in there too. Let's sort through and see what I have. Pick anything pretty. That one's kind of interesting. That one's kind of pink. So we've got this about half full. We can kind of shake it around a little bit. See how we like the look of it. We will need something to help position the shells and rocks inside the ornament. The handle of a fork or spoon can work. You can also use a pencil, chopstick, toothpick, or other similar item. I think I'm going to use the toothpick. I like this dark rock, so I'm going to plunk that down in there. Continue to select and position your shells and rocks. Definitely want to use the sand dollar. This is kind of cool. A pinkish snail shell. Throw that in there. I'm going to flip that because it kind of blends in with the sand. So we're going to... I think that's pretty good. Maybe stick another rock in there. So that's what we got. Next, we need to very carefully replace the hanger. so I'm gonna have the top back on. Next up, we pick what ribbon we want to use. You can use all different kinds, or you could just use one of the little middle hangers to put through there. It's green or white. I think white. See how long we want this to be. That's probably pretty good. I happen to have a fancy hanging holder thing. Okay, let's try this again and maybe not break this one. It happens. Okay, so let's try to carefully, once again, remove the hanger. It doesn't actually take that long to make these, as long as you don't break these. Looks okay. Let's move that one over. Everything positioned. Let's put the hanger back on. Okay, so I'm going to be more careful. Put my finger through that. Next, I'm going to make two versions of a melted snowman ornament. The first is a recreation of the much appreciated homemade gift my sister Jen made one year. The other is an experimental Pacific Northwest version. I'm going to make one using just plain table salt. I'm going to make one with clear glue left over from the Call Me Bottle project. You also need a glass or plastic ornament, ribbon, peppercorns, toothpicks, an orange permanent marker or paint, and a twig or twigs. Okay, so we want to carefully remove the hanger for this one. We are going to fill this with just regular salt. Doesn't matter what kind. I like the fine ones of table salt, or you could use sea salt if that's what you have. Kosher salt's a little coarse, so I think it'll actually be better if we just use regular table saw. I don't want to put too much in there. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And this is a very simple version of this. I'm just going to go pretty basic. And I'm going to put, let's see, 3 for the pieces of coal buttons and 2 more peppercorns for the eyes. You can use anything for this, and they'll move around a bit. I was going to shake out the one that Jen made for me. So we're going to want a couple of big carrots. I'm just taking a toothpick. Darn. So I'll just get another one. Toothpicks are really inexpensive. Yeah, let's try not to shoot this one across the room. So you can use paint, or you can use permanent markers. Let's just scooch all over the place. You might consider doing this before you cut them, because if you do that, then you can just color the end after you're done, instead of them sliding all over the place like this one's doing. Okay, so now our carrots are made. We'll let them dry. The carrot pieces. I went out in the yard and I found a stick so I can cut off a couple of pieces to look like arms. You can carefully put the hanger back in. So you can decorate these later if you want to. You could put, pretty ribbons on it and glitter glue to make it look like frost. Christmas bells, hollies. You can do all kinds of things, but I'm just kind of keeping it simple. I'm going to use a green ribbon. We'll cut a second one for the Pacific Northwest edition. First step, you have to carefully remove the hanger.
Add clear glue.
I'm impatient, so I remove the top to fill it faster. It's got a lot of bubbles on there, but that doesn't really matter. Actually, it makes it kind of sparkly because I don't really know what to do about removing those. They actually dissipated on their own, so this is really not a worry. Let's set that aside to dry, at least partially. We'll come back to that after it's had time to sit for a while. Okay, it has been a couple of hours and it's still pretty liquidy, but perhaps that will be more realistic anyway. But we need 1 carrot nose. It's kind of floating. That's awesome. 2 eyes. Let's do 3 buttons. And then maybe move them around. Okay. That worked pretty much like I had hoped. So let's snip a couple of branches for the snow person arms. Let's move that. I'm going to try to disperse the bubbles a little bit too. That's actually pretty cool. I'm really happy with how that's turning out. Reattach your hanger. Tie your ribbon on and we are done. Now, this one was an experiment. This just seemed like it would be interesting to try. And there we go. I made this ornament a couple weeks ago and the glue is still liquidy. Scott pointed out that the glue stays liquid in the bottle and maybe the hanger top fits tight enough to slow evaporation of the moisture in the glue. If it isn't dry by the time we take the tree down, I'll carefully pack it away and we will have to see what it looks like next December. This is a bit of glue droplets on the inside. I think it kind of makes it look like frost forming. You might consider adding a bit of clear or white glitter on the top to decorate it to add to this look and add a bit of sparkle. In case you're curious as to why the clear glue for the Pacific Northwest version, it's because we are famous for how much rain we get here in the Willamette Valley and at the coast. Snow is a real novelty for us. We only get enough to actually cover the grass and roads every few years and then only for a couple of days. Farther north in the Pacific Northwest is a different story, but we are based near Portland, Oregon, and this is our reality. I hope you give these ornaments a try and have fun. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Till next time, be curious, keep an open mind, and never stop learning.
Get wider.